What's up, y'all? It's your boy Zach here for another episode of The Breakdown. Hope y'all staying safe out there during this crazy ass snowstorm. Man, I can't lie to y'all, man. I'm ready for winter to be over with. I ain't gonna lie. The snow gets on my. The snow, the cold weather, man. This shit just ain't my cup of tea, man. This shit's fucking crazy, bro. But anyway, we're here to talk about the movie Caught Stealing today, starring Austin Butler, Zoe Kravitz, Liev Schreiber, Bad Bunny, Griffin Dunn, and Regina King. I watched this movie over the weekend with my peoples, and I ain't gonna lie to y'all, this shit was fire. This was a great movie. We need more movies like Caught Stealing. It's like a comedy drama, dark comedy drama, crime thriller film. It's about this guy named Hank, played by Austin Butler, that was supposed to go to the MLB, but due to a car accident, he fucked up his knee and accidentally killed his best friend. Now he's reduced to living in New York City as a bartender, and his neighbor goes away for the weekend. This punk rock Russian dude goes away for the weekend, leaves him to take care of his cat. But what Hank doesn't know is that his neighbor's been working with some gangsters, and he fucked him out of a big amount of money. And there was like a key that was hidden in a kitty litter that leads to the money. And so, they start shaking down Hank for the money and shit like that. And, they're fucking with him, they're trying to get him and everything. And it ends up costing Hank big time. He ends up getting his ass beat. Spoiler, his girl ends up getting murked. It's just really, really bad for our boy, for our hero. But I gotta say, I love movies like this. Every man a square is pulled into the gritty criminal underworld, and he's literally got to fight his way out. He has to deal with not only the Russian and Latino gangsters, but also a crooked ass cop played by Regina King. He's got to find this key. He's got to deal with his neighbor basically setting his ass up for fucking failure. And it's just totally messed up. Totally messed up. And he's got to fight his way out. He's got to use his mind. And eventually he does end up winning in the situation. He does end up prevailing in the end. But yeah, his girlfriend ends up getting killed. His mom's life is threatened. He gets his ass beat a few times. But ultimately, he ends up playing the gangsters. He ends up fighting them and defeating them and winning. And the stakes get higher as the film goes on. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. The stakes just get higher and higher and higher as the movie goes on. And Hank, he just has to be smarter. First he runs, then he ends up coming back and using his head. He ends up making a deal with the hitman. Like, all right, listen, I gave y'all the key if y'all can kill this crooked cop Roman. Because, y'all, let's be honest. Dirty cops, crooked cops, they're way more worse than gangsters. They're way more worse than real cops. Those motherfuckers are the worst of the fucking worst, bro. I just know, trust me. Them motherfuckers are the worst. They are the dirtiest, most down low people, one of the most worst people ever. They're just horrible, despicable motherfucking human beings. So, Regina King's character in this movie, by the way, she killed it in this performance. I gotta say, Austin Butler, Zoe Kravitz, Liev Schreiber, and Regina King were absolutely amazing. Regina King, she's great as a villain. Like, she was amazing in The Harder They Fall. She was amazing in this movie. And, I know I'm always wearing this outfit. Y'all probably think, damn, this nigga wear the same outfit and shit like that. But, oh, I got on double Reebok today. I ain't noticed that. That's live. Okay. I'm sorry, y'all. But anyway, yeah, Regina King, she's great as a villain. Like I said, the stakes get higher as the film goes on. Like I said, in The Harder They Fall, she was great as a villain. She was great as a crooked cop in this movie. And then the ending is very satisfying because Hank, he's driving the two goons to go get the money. All his enemies have basically been smoked by this point. He's driving, the two goons to go get the money, and they pull out a lighter because he didn't know who killed his girl beforehand. He didn't know who killed his girl. But then one of the goons pulls out a lighter, and it was a very distinct lighter because it's like a gun, and when you pull the trigger, it lights up. So the guy says, "I'm sorry, Hank, but you ran from us. We had to show you not to fuck with us." So he gets pissed, and he kills them the same way he killed his friend years ago. He drives into a telephone pole, and boom! One guy goes out the window, and the other guy in the back dies, and he breaks his friend back. And and then this all started because, like I said before, his neighbor asked him to babysit his little cat. So he grabs the cat, breaks for impact. Him and the cat, they form a very close bond. And then Hank, he's the crooked cop is killed, the gangsters are killed. So Hank, excuse me, goes and gets that money and goes to Tulua, takes the cat with him, sends his mom, probably half the money. I think yes, half the money. It's like a little over 4 million. So he sends her half that, and then he's living safely. He's got the money. He's got his cat, and he smoked all his enemies. So this everyman, this square, this dude that was supposed to have a good, easygoing, rich life. He was at the very bottom, and he ended up getting himself involved in some deep, dark shit, and he was able to fight his way out. So the hero prevailed. I love stories like that, where the everyman, the hero of our story, you know, he's caught up in some shit that he has no business being caught up in, and really, he should easily die, be smoked, but he survives. He uses his instincts. He uses street smarts, and he ends up winning. So, favorite scenes. I would say the scene where Hank fights Roman. He gets into a fight with Jenny King. She's got the gun pointed at him. He ends up taking a bat, hitting against the wall, swings on her. She does overpower him. She kicks him in the leg, gives him, a nice right hook to the face, knocks him down. But then he had broken the bat in the process when he hit it against the wall, and it's sharp. So when she's walking to go pick up the gun, he stabs her in the leg. And then the gangsters, they're coming over to kill her. Because, they don't like her either. They're tired of dealing with this crooked ass cop. So they kill her. And then, like I said, the scene where Hank kills the guys when he drives into a telephone pole, runs it into the pole, and the guy in the front dies, the guy in the back dies. He does that because they killed his girl, so that was his way of getting revenge. And then when he's at TSA, because he basically takes his neighbor's passport and ID, makes his hair look like it because he got a big ass mohawk. Makes his mohawk look like makes his hair into the mohawk shape that his friend had, and then takes that his friend's ID. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. I don't know why I'm fucking up my words right now, but takes his friend's ID and makes himself look like that on the ID, and then he's got the money, he's got the cat, and excuse me, he goes off to Tulum. So that was awesome, and yeah, the film just moves really fast without really any dull moments. I really enjoyed this film. I thought it was dope. I would definitely give this an 8 out of 10. I loved it. Go check it out. It's called Caught Stealing. And yeah, that's all about I got for y'all today. And like I said before, I hope y'all staying safe out here in this snow. I love y'all. I rock with y'all. Y'all rocking with me. And I fuck with y'all. Y'all fuck with your boy. And as always, peace.